Hello, welcome to Tae Kwon Do training. I'll be your instructor for today's show, Bob Lemire. What I'd like to do on today's show is some basic combinations, all right? And, you know, I always do basic technique just so that you can follow with us at home. These basic combinations, all they are is one or two movements then put together. So when we start combinations, we just start with a basic move, one basic move, two basic moves, and then we add them together, and then we try to get some speed and power, all right? And, you know, the great thing about combinations is everyone has different ones. Everyone's body is made up different, and everyone moves and flows in different ways. So not everyone has the same type of combinations that they might like or might use. So it is yours. You make up about 5 or 6 different combinations, and that'd be your combinations. And as you go through your training over the years, you can pick up some good speed. And what's great is you can use these combinations on board breaking or just any kind of demonstrations. And you've done them so much, and you've done so many repetitions of this same combination that you get fast and powerful. All right, so I'm going to just show you a couple of different ones, and I'm going to make them up in my head as I go along today. Some of them that are kind of fun to do, and it gives you an idea. You don't have to always do what I show you. Make up your own once you get the technique. Okay, make sure that you've stretched probably for a good 15 minutes, 20 minutes, all your body parts. Loosen up, especially in the wintertime. And then you know, you won't injure yourself like coming in without stretching and being tight. All right, the muscles want to be kind of loose. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to stay in a fighting stance. All right, we're going to stay in our fighting stance, and again, like walking, there's your fighting stance. Now you're in a fighting stance. Now you know how to fight, and you do this all day, so you know the balance. See, everything in martial arts is really balance, okay? Or fighting, or any sport, balance. Even playing pool or shooting darts. You see great dart players, they're doing a certain move. All right, I don't shoot darts, or throw darts, or however they call it. But they're in a stance, a lot of them in a stance, and they're trying to keep that balance, okay? And that's what you want to do, is make sure you keep good balance, okay? And what a better way to have balance is, this is how we walk every day, all right? Now, there's other stances in Tae Kwon Do, all right? But the fighting stance, all right, that's basic. I go through that almost every week just so that you know, all right? So it's shoulder width apart, right? Everything's nice and loose. Hands go up. Now, if you get in a good fighting stance and your hands are all over the place, you're not going to have that balance. Again, gravity's pulling us straight down. Gravity ain't pulling us to the side. Gravity is pulling us straight down. So work with gravity, all right? Try to stay centered. You stay centered, all right, and not have your hands in different, or your body, you know, contorted straight. All right, now you don't have to fight against gravity. Okay, so your hands are up. You're in a fighting stance, all right? Basic jab or the single punch. All right, see my hands are up there. And a lot of times I'll tell my students, keep your hands up so that you have to at least be able to touch your chin. All right, don't bring them down here. Now you're kind of open. Some come up here. If you come up here, it's fine. You know, a lot of fighters do that. They want to cover themselves, but now you're getting a little tight up here. My thing is to keep as loose as possible, and I'm talking about everything. So if your hands are here, they don't feel tight in here. But they're still ready to block. All right, so your hands are here. Single jab. Notice as I throw the jab, my hand's here and I snap. All right, I'm hitting with my ring finger and my index finger, those knuckles. All right, so bah. All right, that's how we're going to start this combination. You're here. Now look at it. See how I'm relaxed? Boom, boom, bah, bah. That's a jab. All right, more of a boxing move, but a jab will set you up for another move. So what we're going to do is we're going to do just a jab with our left. Now from here, we're going to do what we call an upset punch. And an upset punch in Tae Kwon Do, we like to train, it's opposite of the final impact your placement of your fist. All right, so same with this. See how it's opposite till you get the snap? And that's so that we can work with our hip jog, all right? But you're here, right? Then here, bah, bah. You're here, way back, bah. You're going for the midsection area. Solar plex, okay? Now you work with that, okay? You work with that. You're here, now it's good to work in the mirror. If you're working with a friend, that's fine. But if you're in the mirror, you can see how straight you are and how relaxed you are, your movements. Okay, so high section. High section will be when I do high section in the mirror, it's my own face, right? It's not high section, right here, that's high section. Midsection, low section, all right? So I'm here, 1, right? 1, 2, upset. See, I'm snapping my hip, snap, 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 right? That's a nice little combination. You're fighting, you get in, you go up here, right? Say you go up and you don't hit them, right? And they bring their hands up, bah, you're coming in midsection. As I say, we're going for the solar plex. Solar plex is, your rib cage is here, and your stomach down here. It's that right here, if you touch in the middle and you really push in, you're going to feel pain, right? That's where your ribs meet, right? You hit underneath that, just a little underneath that, boy, you're going to knock the wind right out of your opponent. Okay, so it's very, very delicate. Even if you've done thousands of sit-ups and you've got this six-pack, right, you're still vulnerable. No matter how much you work out, no matter how big the Hulk is, and there's vulnerable parts all over your body. And for a smaller guy, all right, a smaller people, women, children, we have to find that spot, okay, or practice to hit certain spots so that we're not hitting their hard muscle, we're hitting vulnerable spots. And I go through it every week on different parts of the body which are vulnerable. Your head is one, your solar plex, your groin area, your knees, your joints. So it's a lot of spots. Even the big Hulk guys can't fight against because it's going to hurt them. All right, so or defend against. So here we go. 1, 2, right? Ups, single punch, jab, upset. Right? 1, 2, 2. All right, now 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. See, I come back. 3. Another punch. Be like a right hand or right cross in boxing. Right? Bah, bah, right? Bah, bah, bah. Right? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. You go and you work with those 3 in the mirror. All right? 1, 2, 3. What a workout. And if you do it right and try to get some hip jog and move, you're going to get the stomach starting to work. You're going to feel the pain. The more you work, the more you do those type of exercises like a runner's pain, it goes away, all right? Or it takes much more after you keep practicing to come back. So you're going to get it in the beginning and you go, what's that pain? It'll go away. Keep training. And the more you train, the less pain you're going to get. All right, so 1, 2, 3, and then 4. All right, 4 punches. All right, 2 high and 2 mid, 2 upsets. All right, so you start slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. 1, 2. 1, 2. See, I'm hitting and coming back quick, hitting and coming back quick, and then recoiling. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can go 1, 2, 3, 4. See, 1, 2, upset, 4. You can break it up. You can do any combination you want. All right. Try to get a couple of different combinations to get some speed. The more you do that, the stronger you're going to get, the faster you're going to get. You're in fighting, someone's fighting you, and they want to come in, and they're coming in, they kind of try to kill you, and you come up here, and you're getting in close. 1, you hit him. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Throw the combinations. Work on the combinations in the mirror. Right? 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4. Work on different combinations. Keep doing them. You're going to get some speed. Now, let's follow up with say something basic kick. All right, so you're here. Right? You missed them, you hit them, then front snap kick. How easy is that? All right? So that's a 5 technique combination. Right? You're in the mirror, you're working, or your friends have a pad, nice pad, or a big heavy bag. Work on that. Get to the point where you can hit the exact spot. All right? And boards, as you get higher in rank, it's a great combination for 5 stations. Right? You break, and you break again. All right? Front snap, front round kick, side thrust kick, 1, 2, 3, 4, side thrust to the side, reverse front, doesn't matter which kick you do at the end. Follow up with a nice kick. So that's upset punch, remember. And when you want to practice a single upset punch, see if you do it without the hip jog, right? You're going to get some power. But you get that hip jog, throwing a hip. It's just like an uppercut. If you were to throw an uppercut without any body movement and your contact, it's going to work. But you're not going to have the power. We're always trying to get power. Never be happy with the power you have. Go after more power. All right. So that's pretty easy. Another one that's pretty nice is, and I'm going to show you 4 or 5 moves, but you can add them in any direction or any sequence that you want. Okay. So say I did another punch. Just start off with the single punch, a jab. All right. Bah, bah. Now, as I did the punch, I'm going to do a back fist. So I'm already in that zone. I'm already in the zone. See my hand? My body's already flowing in that direction. So I have 2 opponents, or I have 2 board breaks right there. So I go, bah, bah. A punch break and a punch and a back fist. In the back fist, remember, the punch, see, turn at the end. The back fist, turn at the end. So it's almost like right at the end you're turning, and then right at the end you're going to do the hip jog. So it's 1, 2. See the hip? Bah. Right. When you're doing the back fist to the side, try to keep your elbows just bent. All right, not this much. All right, not tight. 1, 2. See the bend I have? If you go straight and you keep going straight, you're going to hyperextend your elbow. You're going to hurt yourself that way. Hyperextend even your muscles. So if you keep it in, you're not holding back, but you're not completely extending that out. All right, so here we are. We're 1, 2. Look at it. Now I just added a punch. I'm going there anyway. Might as well throw another attack. Right? So you say you had a board, and a board. Right? So I went break, and break. And that's fast, okay? Because when people are watching, they don't know what you're going to do. And you come up, you set your boards up, right? Bah, bah, bah. All of a sudden, it's up. The boards are all broken. It's a great board technique, and it's a great combination to practice, and it's fun in the mirror. Pow, pow, pow. 1, 2, 3, front round kick. Right? After you do the front round kick, pow, be ready for another kick. All right? Always be ready. Come down in a stance, keeping your body nice and straight, and be ready for anything you want to throw. Now you say, I don't know what I would want to throw. How would I know? Constant repetition, constant practice. Your body, when you practice Tae Kwon Do, you practice anything. Muscle memory is what they call it. And muscle memory in the beginning is, you're all over the place. There's no muscle memory because there's no memory. But as you keep going and going, your whole body and your muscles themselves can remember the moves. You don't have to think about it because it's part of what you do all the time, People keep thinking that I can't think that fast. Well, your body will react by constant practice. In the meantime, the constant practice, you're going to keep yourself in shape. All right? So I know aerobics is great. Anything you do to keep in shape is great. Aerobics is great, blah, blah, blah. But why not, all right, especially for your children, why not learn how to move your body so that you can protect yourself? All right? Always think of protecting your body. And there's a lot of people out there, bullies or whatever they are, that will take advantage if they know you're weak. All right? Show them you're not weak. Okay? Oh, bah, bah, bah. Right? Bah, bah, bah. Right? Bah, bah, bah. Right? Just fast. The more you do it, you start off slow. Notice, look at a punch. Right? Bah, 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 bah. Right? Together. And you can practice this together. Look at it. Right? One move. Look at it. They're both opposite of their final impact. Right? And then you can throw any kick you want after you do that. Okay? Bah, 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 bah. And I just threw one in there because my body just wants to keep going. I went bah, 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 bah. Look at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll keep going. Get my body moving, getting some speed. And when you start off, you're going to be slow. It's not going to feel good. But as I say, if you can really concentrate of relaxing, some people, and it's not easy. Some people can train for years and still, everything's tight. All right, and whether they think because they're a strong guy or I got to put muscle into it. The muscle has nothing to do with your power and your speed. All right, it's relaxation. Again, say you were golfing. If you wanted to use your big muscles, because if you're a big guy and with all muscles, you say, I must be the best golfer. I'll hit it the longest distance. Right, but if you went, right, you're all tight. I can't even do it. Right? Everything's going to be, whew, all right? Baseball, you're throwing a baseball. You're throwing a football, all right? You're bowling. If you watch any of these professional athletes, it's like ballet. They're just so loose. And if you think about ballet and Tae Kwon Do, you watch these women and men, and they're throwing these kicks in the air softly. Boy, they're great martial artists in a way. They're throwing that leg up there, and it's, we can show them how to really put some power and speed into it because they're already there. You want to be loose. You want to try to stretch as much as you can every day. And by stretching, you're getting all your body parts moving, okay? You're strengthening your body parts. You're getting all the fluids in your body really moving. That's what keeps you healthy, all right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, all right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Very easy front snap kick in the end, or front round kick, or a push kick, all right? Or 1, 2, 3, 4, and side thrust kick, all right? 1, 2, 3, 4, reverse round kick. That was a little bit more advanced, and and I try not to go crazy advanced because then you go, I don't want nothing to do with it. So I'm trying to keep as basic as possible, all right? And then, and I'll show you something, and I haven't done it many, many years, and it was in a form. Some people might know it as kata or pumse, and it's prearranged moves that we do. But there was one I used to like, and I used to try to go so fast with it. And sometimes I go so fast that I lose control. That's all right. Go slower, pick up speed. Then when you go fast, you'll pick it up. All right? Your body will keep up to what your brain wants to do. And I remember, I'm trying to remember, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right? That was just part of the move. And it was like a wedging block, all right? We went, pa, 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 all right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See what I'm saying? And that type of motion, I say, in the form, when I get to that part of the form, I'm going to go as fast as I can. And I used to, too. But you could do that with any kind of technique, especially hand technique. Feet technique, the same thing. You can do all kinds of combinations very quickly, okay, any kind of combination. But hand techniques are much easier, and especially for breaking or demonstrations or even fighting. It makes a big difference. It makes a big difference on the speed, especially when you're nice and loose. So those are pretty easy, right? 1, 2, 3, right? And as I say, you can go from even a horse riding stance, 1, 2, practice. Look at it, I'm going to the back. Right? 1, 2, and then see how I'm trying to work on the hip. The hip's a big thing. When you're in the mirror in the beginning and you're, right, that's hard to do. When you're saying, well, how does he do? You practice. Golfing. The hip. Baseball, they're up at bat. Right? They don't bat like this. When you're a little kid and you start off, that's what you do. But when you start to learn, look at the hips, everything's moving. You're as relaxed and fluid as you possibly can be. The only way to get relaxed and fluid like that, constant repetition. So you're going to start off, say you were batting, this is what you got, all right? You did that for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. All of a sudden, you keep batting. All of a sudden, your body starts feeling a rhythm, all right? It's all about a rhythm. Especially golf, I mean, because if you didn't have a rhythm in golf, and I'm saying the greatest golfers in the world, they have this perfect rhythm, and you have to hit the ball exactly at the right spot with the right rhythm to get distance, to get it to go. And it's probably the hardest thing in the world to do. Practice, relax. Try to remember this, your whole body, just swinging with it, trying to get the flow. And that with combinations, all right? Now combinations, you know, I could do spare finger, reverse knife hand, spare finger, a knife hand. Look at, so I went back fist and punch, spare finger, okay? Spare finger, back fist, you know? You can work on any kind of combination you want once you get the feel and know where you're going. Start off slow, right? Then you pick up speed. And you'll enjoy that. It's kind of fun. Work with friends, and even if you have some pads. When you're breaking boards, and you hear me say breaking boards, really should be a controlled situation with a lot, especially children, with parents, because you can hurt your hand. You don't hit it right, and you hit it in the wrong spot, break your knuckles. Now you can't train really good till you're all healed up. So you really have to have, you know, I really would rather have, especially multiple or anything advanced breaking, at least a year experience. Now, when young children and stuff, you have them do a front snap kick, really nice thin boards so they have an idea. All right. As they get higher ranked, the boards get thicker, they get more boards, just for flair and just for showmanship. You can hurt your hand. I've seen black belts break their whole wrist. One wrong move, you know, break all your fingers. So you really, when it comes to breaking boards. But if you have nice little pads, or, you know, maybe a couple of pillows or whatever, and friends, you can You can find that technique, find that balance and the focus. I got about 3 minutes left. You know, it's funny because just the other day, and you know, we're always talking about self-defense and trying to keep safe and trying to help each other. We got to help each other. We live in America. We're American citizens. We have to help each other. Whether we're one party or another, or you know, when it really comes and it hits the fan, we have to help each other. And if you help someone, they'll help you, or they'll help someone else, and that works well. But I saw something just the other day that I'd never seen before, and it's kind of, you know, I'm training martial arts, and teaching for at least 45, 50 years, and I never thought of this, and I don't know why, and I've never even seen this, but it was this. It was something on, I think it was Facebook, and it was a little girl that did this, okay? And I watched, and she was with a gentleman who had her by the hand, and they were walking through a building, and they walked by another gentleman, and she kind of tapped the gentleman, and they went like this. And I'm watching, that's the signal for distress or abuse or help me. I never knew that. And I says, wow, where have I been? Maybe everyone knows this. And now I've shown a lot of people within the last 2 days, do you know what this means? They don't have a clue. Teach your children this, please. Teach your wife or teach someone that you care about, because it's getting crazy out there in the world. People are abducting people, people are abusing, there's bullies. And just this motion, which is quiet and no one sees you doing it, especially the person that you don't want to see to do it, but you're asking for help. And if you show your children this, all right, if I seen someone do this, every circumstance is going to be different, all right? So you can't rush in and, you got to find out what's going on, but now someone's watching. And if you see this, especially for a little child or a woman, something's going on and they're trying to tell you something, please help me, all right? You have to think of how you're going to handle that situation, whether it's calling the authorities or watching or following, making sure that whoever's doing this, all right, and show your children this, especially if it's on like Facebook or something that they need help, all right, someone's going to see this. And if we all showed our children this and we all knew this signal right here, and I can't believe it's the first time I've ever seen it, ask your children about it, ask your friends if they ever seen this, and tell them to know it. And pass it on so that we can all help each other if we're in distress. That's all the time I have tonight's show. Till next time, train hard and have fun.